to books, to advertisements, to objects, to multiple people making videos, hopping on this trend of how manifestation works. And what's mind-boggling to me is that no one is sharing this one advice to help you understand the real reasoning on how manifestation works and why it works this way. What is Gooch beautiful beings? Welcome back, Awaker Ones, on another episode on Embracing Essential Series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, so glad to have you here. If you've been on this journey with me so far, gang, only love you, know who you is. On this channel, I am an energetic activator, here to assist you to awaken things you have yet to see with emotional awareness to go upon your spiritual evolution. If you want to know anything more about me, go to the description or hit this QR code to be directed to my link tree, and all my services and merch are rendered there. But beautiful beings, let's jump right into how manifestation works, and the only advice that you need in order to understand how it works and why it works this way. A lot of people are sharing their testimonies when it comes to being able to bring something invisible into the physical world. And it's very true. It is possible. Even billionaires, millionaires all do the same thing. From the beginning of eons, everyone's talking about this magical, mystical power of understanding how to co-create with our creator. But the thing is, everyone is sharing it from a cliche way. Even advertisements are talking about, if you buy this, you can manifest everything that you want. Or if you do this, if you just be, if you just feel, then you'll be able to get what you want. But I'm going to share a little metaphoric story here, and that is manifestation is not just like everything that grows. It's an understanding of why your journey is where it's at right now. Meaning that you may be very unsatisfied, very unpleased, not excited about where your life is right now. And in your imagination, you're given this imagination for a reason, so you can allow that to guide you to understand and trust your intuition to make these certain characteristic shifts and these actions in order to make things come to fruition. But a lot of us are overthinking. How do I pay attention? How do I trust? You're looking for singles, you're looking for guidance, you're looking for readings, you're looking for all of these ways of confirmations that things are coming to you. And yes, it's important to take action. Yes, it's important to feel into what it is you want. But the thing is, the key component to this is not about trying to force yourself to be happy, or force yourself to be positive, or force yourself to feel good. The whole purpose and the beginning stages of really understanding how manifestation works is that, for me, for instance, it took me a long time to recognize how to feel. Then when I learned how to feel, I started to be. Then I realized nothing's happening for me. Then it clicked. And this is the one advice that we all need. First key to really understanding your initial power as a creator and as a manifester is that you have to find a way to understand that your physical circumstances right now are a test. It's a test. A test for you to see how can you master your perception to the point that your circumstances can't dismantle your spirit. Because they say manifestation is about feeling it. But a lot of us are feeling into the current circumstances, or allowing the past to be their current circumstances, or recreate their current circumstances that you're unsatisfied with. The key component is that how can you find a way to master your perception? They say where your focus go, energy goes. So if you're focused on things that aren't working out, or things that are not fitting you, it's not about trying to force yourself to be grateful. Because gratitude is a pure emotion, to the point for me, when I feel gratitude, I cry. I had a conversation with my dad the other day when I was thinking about him, and there was a moment where he healed a part of my inner child. And I told him that I said I was crying, and he's like, well, I hope you were crying out of good tears. I was like, of course, you never cried out of good tears. That's how gratitude is for me. That is a way for you to get in tune with yourself, to understand initially the true feeling of gratitude. But most of us don't know how to feel. And most of us allow our emotions to be override by our circumstances. That is our circumstances having mastery over us. Your whole first test of really understanding this purpose of manifestation is that your test is, how can you master your circumstances? Not to the point you control everything outside of you, but you control how you see it. My favorite quote is, don't be happy because life is good. Be happy because you see the good in everything that is of life. How can you see the good in everything? Because your test is, how can you see how this current circumstance is teaching you, is helping you grow? You ever realize when you pray and you ask for strength and courage, and then you start wondering why things start pummeling? That is our Creator testing you to see, can you actually be and actually allow yourself to learn, to mature, to wise yourself, and to realizing that everything is teaching you. We're not here to be spoiled by our Creator. Our Creator is a tough lover, but it loves us enough to see, are you truly ready for what you ask for? Because I can't just hand it to you. I'm not your parent. I'm not someone here that's going to spoil you and give you everything that you want. When you're lacking changing yourself, when you're lacking standing up for yourself, when you're lacking speaking up for yourself, when you're lacking not doing what it is that you said you were going to do, to take that action to start making things happen and start creating some momentum and some movement. So our first test is, how do we change our perception on how our circumstances are? Think about it this way. Are your circumstances really the way that they are? As bad as you think they are? As bad as you think you feel that they are? Or really it's just you being your own enemy and holding yourself back, and you not wanting to mature, not wanting to change? Because little do we know, the reason why things don't change is because we haven't changed. So the first test is to require us to change our perception. Once we change how we see things, the things around us start changing. Once we start changing how we feel about things, the things around us start changing our feelings and start changing how we want to feel. Once we start changing our actions, our reality has no choice but to change in our favor. And I have been a testament to this, that the more I start changing how I perceive things, the more I start changing how I feel about things, the more how I start changing how I act towards things, the more my reality is changing for me. Whether it came to finances, a job, friendships, even the way I look at relationships, everything is shifting for my favor. And it's not gradually in this big miraculous moment that I want, but it's in subtle things that are going to lead to a thing that's going to be called what we call a miracle. So that's the one advice that we all need, is how can you master your perception so your circumstances don't have mastery over your perception? And why does manifestation work this way? It's because manifestation, I would like to say, it's you building a story. It's you rewriting how you want your story to be. The beginning stages of our life, it may have been traumatic, it may have been dark. But what's beautiful about someone who comes out of that ruggedness, who comes out of that mud and blossoms like a lotus? It's a beautiful story to hear. And that's how we all get inspired by other people. And you may have not been through tragic things, but you may not be satisfied with the mundane. And you want a story to tell. It's like that saying where you don't want to have a gradual life. You want to be a mischief. You want to break the rules. You want to have a story to tell. But that story to be told requires you to change your story. You can't tell a story over and over and over and over that's traumatic and then want another story to be told when you're not allowing yourself to tell yourself another story. So that's how manifestation works, and why it works this way is because it's trying to help you see that you need to change. That you need to change how you perceive things, how you see things, how you look at people, how you talk, how you walk, how you eat, how you sit. everything about you needs to be shifted, and it has to be on a daily basis with intention. You can't build the skill of manifestation by remaining the same. It's a skill. You have to work at it every single day, and it requires intention. Not saying to have a plan. Have a goal in mind. Have a desire in mind. But have an intention with what you do every single step of the way. How you wake up, how you pray, how you meditate, how you shower, how you talk to yourself, how do you talk to people. What is your reflection that you're putting out in the world that you want the world to give back to you? That is how you have to perceive yourself. And yes, it kind of resembles how to feel this way, how to be this way. But it's really about how do you allow yourself to see things, and why do you allow yourself to see things like that? When you start questioning your own reasoning of how you perceive things, it gets a little easier to start realizing, okay, all I had to do was observe why I act and talk and walk and eat this way or see things this way. And now that I'm questioning that, now I could get down to the root of what is it that I really want. Okay, I want more money. I want this type of relationship. I want this type of career. Okay. But what is it about me that is a requirement of me in order to receive those things? All right, well, I gotta take care of my health to have more energy. All right, well, I gotta allow myself to cry and feel these emotions so, I don't let this keep bothering me. I have to allow myself to speak up for myself if I'm not getting what I deserve. I have to allow myself to set boundaries and to withhold my temptations in order for me to override this sense of lust or this sense of desire or this sense of hopeless romantic. I have to override these things. I have to get unfamiliar with what's familiar and start getting familiar with what is unfamiliar. So that's the one advice that we all need. Your first test is, how can you change your perception on your current circumstances and learn from them? And that's how you gradually start growing the characteristics to be the person that you envision to be. And then your reality has no choice but to reflect itself back to you, because you're holding up the mirror towards you. And the reason why manifestation works this way is because it's not about what you want. It's about who you're allowing yourself to be and why you want to be that person. And then you start recognizing that, if I'd known this all along, everything would have worked out so easily. And then you start seeing life isn't so bad, but when it gets bad, you don't allow yourself to feel that bad about it, because you have the power to master how you want to see, perceive, and feel about it. Other than that, beautiful beings, that's all I wanted to share with you. That is the only advice that you need on how manifestation works and on why it works. And if you want me to get more in depth on this, and if you want it to be in a personal setting, you could book a one-on-one with me, and then we'll go over what is personally meant for you and how manifestation will work in your favor, in your own way and in your own path. But if you want me to discuss more videos on this topic, get more in depth in a crucial way on how to have your body, your mind, and your spirit work all together, then let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, beautiful beings, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to hit the notification button if you enjoyed this video and it brought a sense of a light bulb switch on. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one, and only love.